Hi everyone, welcome to the SAPAA application. This is our unidirectional field notes reader for the SAPAA volunteers and admins. Once we log in, at first glance, we have the analytics overview where we can see some analytics at a glance, for example, total sites inspected, last inspection. We also have some charts showing the naturalness score distribution and site ranking by inspection count. When we scroll down, we have a heat map functionality. For example, we're going to search up ATV here, and it's going to show us a heat map of the sites and locations where the words ATV have been registered for. As we can see, it's color-coded by the number of mentions of the word ATV. Moving on, we have the SAPAA map, where we can see all the SAPAA sites in Alberta. All the sites are highlighted, and clicking on a highlighted site will show you additional site information. Moving on to the Sites tab itself, we have all of the SAPAA sites listed here. As you can see, we have color-coded badges to show the last inspection date, as well as the online indicator showing that the user is online. If we switch to the most recent view, we can see the inspections sorted from the most recent. For example, we're going to click on Wildcat Island. Here in the site's detail page, we can see the site's details starting with the name, location, last inspection, as well as the reports and average naturalness score and other static site details. We're going to show off the generate report functionality here. Once you click the generate report button, you can select which fields you want to see in the report, and you can click on preview report to see the PDF in the app. There is also the share PDF option, where users can share via a messaging app, email, or simply download the PDF onto their mobile devices. Since the SAPAA volunteers need access to offline data in remote site locations, we're going to go ahead and download some sites to show off our offline functionality. Once the sites are checked, the download button is enabled, and once we click it, we get a notification that we have downloaded sites. Turning on the airplane mode, we're going to stimulate a no Wi-Fi access location. As you can see, the badge turns to offline, showing the user they no longer have access to internet. We're going to open up Wildcat Island again to showcase that everything is there as it was before and the application is fully functional. We have our inspection reports, where you can either sort by date or by question. Opening up a report, we can see all the different details and the questions the volunteers answered while filling out the data. Sorting by question allows the volunteers to see the progression of each question over the course of time in reverse chronological order. Now we're going to go back online, and once we go back to the analytics page, we can access the settings through our context menu. In settings, users can enable dark mode, as well as change the number of days in which the offline data will be deleted. This is helpful for longer trips. We're gonna go ahead and switch to the admin side of the application now to show off some of the admin functionalities.
Okay, so when you land on the admin dashboard, you're greeted with the analytics page, just as you've seen in the steward side of the app. You'll be able to see the same basic data and the same pie charts and also the heat map. So now we'll move on to the accounts management area. You can search for a user by their email. So we'll search for Aaryan over here. When you select Aaryan, you can also edit his data. You can change his email, his role. We'll make him a steward for demo purposes. And then we can also set his password, but we're not going to change that. Then we'll just click save. You can also filter the accounts by different filters by email descending or ascending, whether they're a steward or whether they're an admin. And then in the bottom right, you can create a user by filling in a new email. We'll make them an admin, and then we'll set their password. Then we'll just click save. Now to delete a user, all we have to do is select the user once again, and now click the trash icon on the top right. Moving on to the sites, you'll see again the sites will be displayed just like it's seen in the steward side of the app. We're going to sort by newest again and select Wildcat Island. Once again, you can see all the site details. Everything is preserved. One notable difference is that you will not be able to filter the inspection reports by the observation, and because the main purpose of this screen is so that you can edit the reports on the admin side. For example, let's take this report. We're gonna try and edit the details by clicking the big edit button on the top right. We'll just say for naturalness details we'll say test, and for the first observation we'll say test. And once we click save, we can see that those changes are saved to Supabase. As you can see, it now says test. Now you can also delete the report, but for demonstration purposes, we are not going to be doing that today. And then to return to the main part of the app for all the stewards, all you have to do is click the top left button that returns to the home page of the steward side. That is all for the field notes reader. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.